He's calling from heaven.
Yeah, I'd like to welcome us all to the 13 years of the American Molecular Medicine Hall of Fame. And we can also, Ron and I are going to do this together, so we could also be saying, you know, live from Vancouver and Toronto, it's Saturday night. Ron, let's have a show of hands of how many have attended all 13 Hall of Fames?
I'm saying about 8, 9, 10, 11, something like that.
Great. Well, you know, this is the 13th, and up till now, we have inducted 64 members to the Hall of Fame, pioneers and visionaries in orthomolecular medicine. 64 people, and tonight we'll bring that number up to 67. So that's very exciting. And you can see the photographs of all these members of the Hall of Fame. If it gets much bigger, we're going to have to go to several more pages for this program. But it's really great to have everyone together. Many past winners or inductees of the Hall of Fame are here tonight too, including the guy standing at the podium, and several others in the audience.
Dr. Yanagisawa.
Yes, Aileen Burford Mason.
Aileen.
Ken Kitahara.
Ken Kanahara.
I think I'm here.
Gary Vicker.
Gary Vicker.
No, you're not Gary? No.
Next
I'm
year.
here, but I've never been inducted.
No, you're
Gary.
So, Ron, if you could, I would say next, you go to the next slide.
Okay.
He's the founder of orthomolecular medicine, so as usual, the whole Hall of Fame is dedicated to this great pioneer, brilliant two-time Nobel Prize winner, Linus Pauling.
Hey.
I think we'll just a short note. In the program, we show the order of Dr. Levy, Dr. Gonzalez, and Dr. Miranda Massari, but we're going to actually do Tom first, and then Jorge, and then Michael. You'll see why. So let's begin with our first inductee for 2016, Dr. Thomas E. Levy.
Yay.
We're really pleased to have Tom's sister Kathy here, and Tom's wife and his daughter here as well, Lise and Daniela. And I want to thank, before we begin this slideshow for Tom, Kathy was very graciously and generously provided most of these slides for the show, so thank you, Kathy. So, if we go to the next slide here. Here's parents, Catherine and Isaac. I love the one in the middle of Tom already planning his first book.
First vitamin C book.
Yeah. He looks well fed already and quite healthy. Don't you think?
Yeah.
And the next one. Okay, here's Tom acting out one of his desires, either cowboy or clown. I think it's something like, you know, a maverick doctor or a lawyer. Tom's the smaller one. John's his older brother in these pictures. The next, Ron. I like this ascension or descension, depending on how you look at it, Tom. Beginning in first grade and ending up in medical school. I like the valedictorian of Notre Dame High School. You don't look too with it in the BA in biology. So here's the education of Tom, and this next slide might be the most important you'll see all weekend. This is the evolution of Tom's hair. Well, I should talk.
That's the Hitler mustache.
That's the Hitler mustache.
In the middle.
Which Tom do you know
Joe
best there,
Kashari.
Ron? Do you think?
Looks like Kashari.
I think I know the middle one the best.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. That's right, that's what I said. Yeah, so it goes. The middle one's in the 70s, I think, Tom, is that right?
Oh, yes.
70s.
Okay, the next one is, this is a very important, after the medical education, this really begins, this is Dr. Hal Huggins in 1999 with Tom, where Tom is really beginning his second medical education. And that meeting was extremely important, as you'll see in the, you have the bios for each of the inductees in your program, so we're not going to go through the formal bios, but the publication of Uninformed Consent was really the first major publication in this area. The hidden dangers in dental care, which you all heard about from Tom just a few hours ago. So this is a very important phase in Tom's career. And the next slide is the next important phase where Tom has, in 2002, published the Curing the Incurable, which led to the launch of his second career, where he meets Les and Cindy Nachman of Live On Labs. I think Cindy's in the audience.
There's Cindy.
Yep. And this really provides him another opportunity to broadcast the message of the importance of vitamin C. The next. Yeah, Tom's always been very involved with his family, and this is a great photo with his father, Isaac, sister Kathy, Grandma Kurz, Mother Kathy, and Grandma Levy in 1978. That's a classic photo. Well, where was that, Tom?
I have no idea.
You can't remember.
Kathy, you're
Tom
a
McGarvey's.
Oh, okay.
What is it?
A friend in New Orleans.
Friend of
Friend in New Orleans.
Right, thank you. And the next one, Tom's always been very loving and supportive of his siblings, and in exchange, they had to listen to a lot of health tips.
And experimentation.
Yeah, like this is these three pictures. Thanks again for these, Patty. The next one is with the parents. Also had a very close relationship with his parents throughout their lives.
Who's that terrorist?
We missed out on the beard picture in the evolution of hair.
Oh yeah, well, yeah, it's only so many. Thanks, Brian.
I think
And then
they stopped me at an airport
Here's
now
Tom
and
and
they
Lisa
pictured
at the
the
wedding in, the next one. At the wedding in 2009. And then 5 years later, you look a little tired at 5 years later. Was that really only 5 years later? And there's Tom with Danielle. A loving husband and father.
Yes.
This last slide is a fun one. Some things you may not know about Tom, but you may not be surprised by his indulgence of Krispy Kreme donuts. And Tom's an animal lover. That black creature in his pocket is a dog. And so it's a little white one.
Is one of them the little poodle that you chased after? We heard about the poodle story this afternoon.
Yeah.
So, the next slide. We're very pleased to welcome Dr. Tom Levy into the Orthomolecular Medicine Hall of Fame.
Dr. Nagasawa will present the
Give it again, Ron. Yes. Thank you for your time.
Gosh, let me first say it's a a tremendous honor to do the work that you love and be recognized by your peers. Very quickly, everybody's family is different, but my family, my mother and father always supported me without question, and my mother in particular. Okay. Also, my siblings, my older brother John, my younger sister Kathy. I still remember when about 25 years ago, I met Dr. Hal Huggins 20 years ago. 25 years ago, I was about as mainstream a physician and a cardiologist as you could be. But my brother, a very intellectual person, he has many degrees, and at one point in time, he had this book, and he was trying to thrust it upon me. It was by Barry Line called The Cancer Cure That Worked. And he said, Tom, you gotta read this. Said, he knows how to cure cancer. And I can still remember the disdain with which I responded to John. I said, John, if there was a cancer cure that worked, it'd be published in the New England Journal of Medicine and we'd all know about it. I've reflected upon that moment many times, and I try to keep that in perspective when I run into mainstream doctors again that refuse to embrace or understand anything. But the only thing I will add is they have the advent, which I didn't 25 years ago, of the internet, an enormous amount of information. So I can't justify it completely, but I can say I always try to keep that in perspective because it's hard, but I try not to be too judgmental. Now, I have also to thank my wife Lisa and my daughter Daniela, who were tremendous support to me. And I can only say one word about Dr. Hal Huggins. Dr. Hal Huggins, who I consider to be the father of biological dentistry. I met in 1993, and I was that mainstream cardiologist back then. Well, little did I know, and it might sound like an exaggeration, but it's not, until I spent some time with Dr. Hal Huggins, I realized that my medical education hadn't even started. He showed me things that I didn't think were possible, and certainly things that they didn't espouse in medical school. But I just wish I could share it with them today. Finally, I want to sincerely express to the people here in the group here that hold yourselves in the highest esteem, because no matter what your mainstream brethren might say, you're leading the true honest medicine on the planet. Mainstream medicine is a bag of poo. It's more fraudulent than politics. Okay, so keep up the good fight. Really, with the internet, we're finally making inroads, and I think it might not happen in anybody's lifetime in this room, but we will win the day for the people of the planet. Thank you. I knew I'd forget somebody. My good friend Ron Honeyhackey is helping me persevere in all of this, and we're working on a lot of stuff together, and I think we're gonna have some good stuff for conferences in the future. Thank you.
And having a hell of a good time.
Okay, Ron?